What's going on, everybody? I'm Nate, and welcome to another episode of Connect Outdoors. We are here, and we are going to talk about the amazing world of archery. So I'm excited. You should be excited too. So let's get rolling. All right, everybody, welcome to the only show in Oklahoma that I am the host of, and that is a fact. We are going to just step into the beautiful, so beautiful world of archery. Yeah, that's right. Now I know my weight fluctuates a little bit, baby. I'm working on that. Oh, but you've maintained your slim 70 pounds. Can't wait to get out in the tree stand with you this weekend. It's going to be fun. Oh, sorry. I must have been daydreaming about Scarlett. She gets me every time. Oh. Anyways, okay, we got to get back on track. Okay, so today we're going to be going out and we're going to be talking with some pros in the local archery community. So let's get to it. Hey, what's up, guys? We are headed inside HL's Sport Shop and we're gonna hook up with Bobby here. He knows his stuff. We're gonna ask some questions for him to answer, and we're just gonna get our Matthew set up, me and Austin, and we're gonna get ready for the season. Season's coming up quick, so we gotta get started. So let's go, come on. How y'all doing? Good to see you. HL's, and we're here going to put some reps in. We're going to shoot our bows. We're going to get kind of tuned up, get ready for the season. What they do, they got this 20-yard shooting range, and they got this cool new technology. It's a projector that projects a video on this back wall that's just a giant target, and then what is on that video is like a big buck or a doe or something that comes in, and it actually gives you practicing at like real situations, real life situations where you're going to need to be ready. The deer's going to walk between like a tree or whatever, and you're not going to have a shot. So this is legit, and you're going to want to watch this. And I'm probably going to get one for my house tonight. I'm probably going to order one for my house. So there's that. My wife's going to be mad, but I have to have it.
She stays mad at him during hunting season.
Bobby was saying on the whole being out of time, your cams go at the exact same time, and what happens is whenever you buy your new bow, you purchase your new bow, comes with a new string and all, it gives a little what's called string stretch. And if you're a musician or guitarist or whatever, you know, you get those brand new strings, you kind of stretch them out, and it just kind of you know, like some new shoes, you got to work them in, you got to work them out. It's gonna, you know, you're gonna make it fit, make it mold. And so what it's going to do is he's going to put this back in time and get it all ready to go. And so that's one tip for y'all. If y'all come in to HL's and buy a new bow, or anywhere you buy a new bow, you're going to want to make sure that after you shoot it about 200 times, that string is going to get that slack in it. It's going to be kind of worn out. It's going to be ready to shoot and be ready to be retimed. And so what a lot of people make a mistake with is they'll come in, they'll buy a new bow, they'll leave, and then they'll never come back to their bow shop, and their string is all wonky, and they won't come get their bow retimed, and they're wondering, why is my bow shooting weird? Why is it shooting to the left, or why is it shooting high, and I can't get it exactly dialed in? Well, your string is stretched, and it's kind of, you know, worn out, and it's ready to be retimed. And so that's what Bobby's doing right now. And
you were just out on the bottom.
Just out on the bottom.
Out on the top, and that's why you're shooting
yep.
higher on the, that's why it's...
Glad to know it wasn't me. That makes me feel a whole lot better.
Yeah, and this is Austin's bow. He's shooting the Matthews Traverse, and it was out on the bottom just a little bit, and so he just had a couple of work throughs, and we're gonna get it back on time, and it's gonna be shooting straight. So money. So another question that we get asked a lot is, you know, when you come into a bow shop or when you buy a new bow, does the bow need to fit you? What's the answer on that?
Absolutely.
Do you have to get sized for a bow?
Yes, you do. You have to get your draw length measured. You need to know, because then you overdraw one, you can't be consistent, and you underdraw one, you can't be consistent. So you're robbing yourself of a lot of, you know, a capability of actually being accurate, to where, like this right here, he's back there shooting frustrated.
Yeah.
Some people give up archery because of it, and it could be something as simple as your bow's out of time.
Yeah, you're shooting a little low.
So if you get it fit right to you, you got a better chance at being the best you can with it.
Yeah.
It's going to feel better. The draw cycle, you know, if I draw your bow, you're what, 31?
31. 31.
So I'm at 28.
Yeah.
So that thing stacks in a different spot. So if I'm overdrawing, I'm like, and then I'll get it away. But then it
locks over.
It's just not going to feel right to you.
Yeah.
So it's very important, and if we're going to sell you a bow, we're going to make sure it fits you.
Oh yeah. So head over to HL's. They'll get you hooked up and get you all tuned up. So are you going to shoot it now?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Now here's another important tip. While Bobby's back there with Austin getting everything set up, I'm going to go over a couple of important tips. And number one is you need to practice shooting real life situations. And what do I mean by that? I mean, I've always taken, like, I've got an old tree stand, and I'll cut the base off of the tree stand, and I'll stand on that tree stand. I won't stand with a big stance, you know, like way out wide, like I would do, you know, normal people practice like that. I'll practice with my feet close together, and I'll make sure that I either got my hunting jacket on. Now I practice without it. That's okay. It's okay to practice without it. It's not, I mean, I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, but you should every once in a while practice with your hunting jacket on, with your hat on, everything that you're going to have, your gloves and stuff like that. Practice with that on, and so that way when it's time and when you're ready to shoot, like this shot right here, as you can see, it's late season. I'm pulling back my bow. I've got my big jacket on. I've got other stuff underneath. I've got my bibs on. I've got my neck gaiter. I've got my big heavy gloves. I am decked out to stay warm in the tree stand. And I pull back, and every once in a while I'll practice like that, put all my gear on and keep my feet close together like I would in a tree stand, because in a tree stand, obviously if you don't have a big tree stand, you don't got a lot of range of motion. So I'll put all my gear on and I'll shoot and practice like that. Tip number two is storing your bow. A lot of people don't understand how crucial it is to store your bow correctly. Storing your bow in a case or on a hook on the wall or something like that, to where it's not getting bumped or moved around or thrown around. I've seen guys where I've walked in and they're like, oh, I'm a big bow hunter, and I walk into their shop and they've got their bow sitting there on a chop saw or the table saw or on the workbench or something like that, and their sights are getting bumped around. They're moving stuff around. It's getting hit, and then they miss a big buck, and they wonder why. What's going on? Why am I not being accurate? Why am I not being consistent with my arrow and shot placement? Well, it's because their bow was not stored correctly. Their sight got bumped somehow. They're shooting way high and way to the left or whatever. And so with that, you need to make sure that it's either in a case or it's on like a hanger or a hook, or you got it stored somewhere that it's nice, safe, and to where bugs and mice won't get on the string and stuff like that. You definitely don't want anything to cut your string, because I've actually heard of stories where squirrels get into a shop somewhere and cut a string, and you don't want anything to happen to that bow and put a bad shot on the animal. Or if you're shooting competition, you don't want anything bad to happen whenever you're in a competition, and you want the arrow to shoot straight and you want it to be accurate. All right, guys, that kind of wraps it up for this episode of Connect Outdoors. We're talking about getting everything ready for bow season and getting ready here at the bow shop, HL Sports Shop. Bobby has helped us out get our bow set up for October. We are ready. We are ready to hit the field, and we're ready to feel that cool air and get up in the tree stand, and hopefully we can have some deer walk by, and all of this preparation will pay off in the end. And so stay tuned for more episodes. We hope y'all like it, and catch y'all later. Hold on just a minute. Yeah, hello. I'm looking for one of those video archery wall target things. Yeah, I saw one at HL Sports Shops we shot at it. Yeah. Yeah, Bobby and the guys are cool down there. Yeah, okay, so anyways, I'm gonna need one of those targets.
I don't know, brother. They're pretty dang expensive.
No, money is not an issue here.
You better check with the missus first.
Yes, I've talked to my wife.
Hey, would you even have room for it, though?
Yes, it's going in my man cave. It's okay. It's all good.
Okay, then.
Yeah, I need it shipped to me ASAP. Do you have one in stock?
Looks like I got like 2.
Yes. Okay, cool. All right, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Be easy.
So if you and your buddies want some good, friendly competition like Austin and I, head over to HL Sports Shop in McAllister. Bobby and the team will help you out and treat you just like family. They've always treated me like family. And tell them Nate sent you. So when we come back, we're going to be heading over to see a buddy of mine for some archery schooling.
From nationwide coverage to live high school sports to the great outdoors and so much more, we've got something for you. We're a local wireless carrier right here in Oklahoma. We work for your town, in your town. But great cell phone signal in rural areas is just scratching the surface. We also broadcast live events from all over eastern Oklahoma. High school football, basketball, baseball, dirt track races, livestock shows, and community events. Everything to keep you connected in your community. We're also producing original shows like Connect Outdoors and Cooking Wild that shines a light on real Oklahoman experiences. You can find us at bravadowireless.com, or you can search for us on Facebook or YouTube. You can even find us on the Oklahoma Sports Network. You can download their app straight to your phone, Apple TV, Smart TV, or Roku. We don't just create for Oklahoma, we are Oklahoma. We're Bravado Wireless, Oklahoma's service provider.
We are back, and we are headed to see a man who needs no introduction. The man eats, sleeps, and breathes archery and outdoors. Let's get to it. Welcome everyone. We are headed to the Oklahoma Royal Rangers Shooting Sports Camp in Chandler, Oklahoma. We're going to be talking with some buddies of mine in the archery industry. It's going to be a good time, and just can't wait to see them there.
What's up, guys? It's Michael Rogers with Pierce Archery. Today I'm here with Sasquatch. I guess you can call this his secret lair, but anyway, we're going to go over some proper shot sequence to hopefully get this big boy on some big deer. So what we're using today is the 11 steps for archery success that's used in the NASP and the center shot world. So first step is stance. So let's get our feet about shoulder width apart. We're going to be parallel to the target. Okay, step number 2 is knock. So you're going to grab your arrow, come over the top of the bow, go ahead and knock it on your string with your odd color facing up. Perfect. Step number 3 is draw hand set. You're going to take your release and you're going to clip it onto your D-bit. Step 4, bow hand set. You're going to adjust your grip to where your fingers are going to be about a 45-degree angle coming off your arrow rest. Okay, step number 5 is pre-draw. So you're going to start to raise your bow hand up and start to engage your back muscles. There we go. Step number 6 is draw. So you're going to continue drawing your bow back so you get right in the sweet spot. Step number 7 is anchor. And right here, he's got a nose button tied on, so he's putting it right on the tip of his nose, and he's got his knuckle right behind his ear. That way it's repeatable, so you can do the same thing every single time. Step 8 is aim. This is where you're going to get your laser focus. You're going to put that pin right where you want it to go and start focusing on where you want to hit. Okay, step 9 is shot setup. This is where you're already anchored, you're aiming, and you're starting your back muscles on your back tensions where you're going to follow through and release that shot. Step 10 is release. Since we're inside, he doesn't actually have his bow drawn back. But at this point, we've already anchored, we're aiming, and we're ready for our shot setup. So we have our finger on our release, and we begin our back tension. As it releases, we're going to do right into the next step, which is follow through and reflect. So while going through these 11 steps, it's not something that you stop and have to take one step at a time, especially if you're in the hunting woods. But it's going to be like one fluid motion. So we're going to go over them again, and he's going to go through the process of it as we would do if we were in the real world. Here we go. Step 1 is stance, straight into a knock where he's going to grab his arrow, get it addressed on the bow, and be ready to go. Going to do step 3, his draw hand set, right into step 4, bow hand set. He's got his pre-draw going. He's going to go ahead and draw, anchor, start his aim, start walking through his shot setup. At this point is when he would release, follow through, and reflect on the shot.
Mitchell here with Oklahoma Shooting Sports in Chandler, Oklahoma. This weekend we've got a lot of boys coming out to camp. They're going to have a blast. They're going to learn how to make a traditional bow. They're also going to learn how to make a string for that bow. They're also going to get to take home 5 arrows, custom-made arrows that they make themselves with turkey feathers and field points. Every one of them is going to get to make a quiver for their arrows. They'll also make a finger tab, and they're going to make an arm guard, and it's going to be a blast.
Hi, my name's Aaron Shear. I'm the president of Center Shot Ministries. Center Shot helps churches reach their community through archery. We do archery leagues and camps and tournaments. If you want more information how to get your church involved, go to centershot.org. Well, we're just doing a little bow maintenance here. We've got the Center Shot Life Bow. I'm out here in Chandler, Oklahoma, and we're talking Center Shot. So teaching these guys how to use some of the tools that Center Shot Ministries provides. We provide archery camps and leagues and tournaments for churches. We teach them how to do that so they can reach out in their community. We train them up to be basic archery instructors, and then they can be the experts to bring archery to their different family members and community members, and it's a really neat program. So we're all over the country. We're in 28 different countries around the world. So here we are in Oklahoma today, and this is the Center Shot Life Bow. And this is one of the tools we use, and it tells a story. So as we're teaching the parts of the bow, we also tell a story. So the top limbs, they're separated, just like we're separated from God. You know, in the ancient days, the ancient archers would shoot, and they'd have a spotter. And that spotter would yell, mark, if they hit the mark, or they'd yell sin if they missed the mark. And that's the definition of sin. It's actually an archery term. So this bow starts to tell that story. This riser in a bow, the riser is the most important part. The riser represents another riser, the one who rolls on the third day. It gives you rest, and anything that touches this riser turns white as snow. This blue represents the living water in baptism, and then the green represents opening your heart and growing in your faith, and it's a compounding effect. And the string is blue and yellow, and that represents the Holy Spirit and the Word of God. And as it becomes entangled or entwined in your life, you have your home in heaven on the streets of gold. So that's just an example of some of the tools we create for Center Shot, and we help churches reach their community. We're having a good time making bows and doing a little maintenance here, so appreciate all the opportunity to talk to you guys.
You are called to be bold. You have a right to the best wireless service, high-speed internet, and customer service at a price you can feel good about. At Bravado Wireless, we know this, and that's why we put you and your community first. We are owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. We live where you live. We proudly connect you to your family, friends, and business partners wherever they are. Dallas, Seattle, Taipei, Toronto, and anywhere else in the world. We are Bravado Wireless. We believe in the power of connection.
Whether your roads are dirt, paved, or if you're blazing new trails, the roads we travel lead to all of our most cherished places and people. Bravado Wireless strives to keep you connected wherever the roads may take you. We are the leader in wireless mobility and connection in Oklahoma and across the nation. We carry some of the market's top cell phone brands, fast, reliable home internet, and even greater customer service. Locally owned and operated right here in Eastern Oklahoma. So whatever roads you travel, Bravado Wireless has them covered. From beginning to end. We are Bravado Wireless, and we believe in the power of connection.
Hopefully we filled your noggin with insight into the archery world. If you like this episode and you want to see more original content, head over to bravadowireless.com. I'm Nate. This has been Connect Outdoors. Catch y'all on the flippity flip.
See where I'm going with that?
Yeah, you just want to change my script. Why didn't you write this? I'm shooting a show for simple people.
Enter G.
BDB. Shh, shh. Hello. Shh, what? Sorry. Perfect. Go, hey man, yeah? Dang it. Gangs. No, Dad, gummit. Oh, Nathan. Bobby in the unit. Oh my God, why? Lord. You're welcome. Oh, you want you? Okay. Just like me and Austin had, head over to... Let's get to it. No. Roll it. Save it. Yeah. Perfy. They're nothing. Catch on the flippity flip. Bravado Wireless. Catch on the flippity flip. Where's? Yep, that's who I work for. Archery. Catch on the flippity flip.